Let's do this. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Hey, if anyone can see me, I know I'm looking at two different cameras. In a second, I'll get that working right, but I just want to make sure you are ready. First, I'm going to try not to kill my computer, which is possible, but I do. Hey guys, how are you? The countdown page is going live. Perfect, that's the one I want. If you are on this and can hear me, put your name in at the bottom of the page. There is a submit your question section. Let me know that you can hear this and you can see the video so that I know everything is working out. I will go from there. I'm kind of tired here. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Okay, guys, if you are on this live, you should be seeing me on the screen, and hopefully you can hear me. Everything seems to be working on my end. If you would do me a favor, just to make sure I know everything is working out properly, would you put in the link at the bottom, it says ask a question. First of all, any questions that you have today while we do this Hangout, feel free to put it in there. And if I don't get to it right away, or in this, as long as you're doing it live while I'm hanging out with you, you should be able, I should be able to answer your question as long as you send it and I get it and all that kind of stuff. But if not, I'll try to answer it later. But please use that to answer any or ask any questions that you might have about World Championships or what's been going on. Hopefully somebody's watching this live. If not, you might be watching the recorded version. That's fine as well. We have the ability to give you that as well. Lego Mr. Hayden is here. If you've been watching my Facebook or my Instagram especially, I've been putting extra pictures on Instagram. Where's my, here. I put in extra pictures on Instagram of Lego Mr. Hayden going around World Championships and stuff. So you can check that out. I'm on Instagram, TKD_Hayden. So let's see, anybody? It's just now 6 o'clock, so I'll wait just a couple of minutes real fast. Okay, it is. This is about that time. A couple minutes after, people are going to be late. I got some things to show you guys here from World Championships. I'm going to show you this. Oh, I didn't let it go slow so you couldn't see it. I'm going to let you see this, but not yet. Oh, I dropped it. There it is. We'll talk a little about those things going on. My testing, how my testing went. I tested for 6th degree yesterday morning. We'll talk a little bit about that. So, again, if you are watching this, would you put your name in the submitted question thing at the bottom, just to make sure? I want to make sure it's working. And then you got to put your name, and I think you got to put an email address or something in there. And then put, like, I can see you, Mr. Hayden, or whatever, and press send question. So I can get that and just make sure it's working properly. I'm here checking my email, trying not to kill the Wi-Fi service here. Also, during this, if at any time something, like if it all goes dark and shuts down, my computer's been acting a little screwy, so hopefully that doesn't happen, but if it does, I apologize in advance, and as long as it's not like in the next couple of minutes, we probably won't we'll hook the system back up because it takes a long time for my computer to reboot, get everything ready, and I've got a tight schedule while I'm here at World Championships. Okay. So, let me start you out with kind of what's been going on. So I've been watching some of you guys in class this week, which has been fantastic. I want to thank Mr. Trowbridge and Mr. Smith and Mr. Castillo and my mother, Mrs. Hayden, for helping run the school while I was gone, or while I am gone. Tomorrow's still Nerf night. Come check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I came down Tuesday morning. I flew down here, got here, and came to the room and relaxed. First time staying at the same location as the tournament. It is at the State House Convention Center in downtown Little Rock, Arkansas. It's the same place it's been every year I've come. And I've probably come to World Championships 15 times would be my guess. I've lost track. The World Championships tournament has turned into not just a World Championship tournament, but also the World Expo. So what that means is that school owners and instructors come down to do continuing training as they're working on getting higher ranks. If you are a 3rd degree and want to test for 4th degree, you'll have had, or you will need to come to the expo some year before you test for 4th degree. And as you go up in rank, you need to come to the expo more often, or a certain number of times before you can test for your next rank, just to continue your education. Make sure your physical training and your as a school owner, your business training and instruction training is improving. So that's kind of what happened Wednesday. So Wednesday morning kicked off the World Expo, and we all got together. There were over 600 black belts and instructors at the kickoff Wednesday morning, 8 o'clock, and the ATA introduced some really interesting, new, cool things. And probably the biggest thing, and if hopefully you saw the YouTube clips I posted in our Facebook group. If not, go in there and check them out. Is that the ATA has kind of a new image that they are introducing. And here is the patch This, I just got this. This is the brand new ATA patch. Pretty awesome. These Korean symbols say Songam. The T is a little different. And then there's a Songam star here in the center. Pretty awesome new patch. And what this means is that, you need to watch the YouTube video. It will explain it probably better than I will. But when the ATA started, it was in Omaha, Nebraska. And it was the Omaha Karate Federation or Omaha Karate Association or something like that. And then they were like, oh, we got a little bigger than Omaha. And they got a couple of states in the Midwest, so they became the Midwest Karate Federation, the MKF. And then it got bigger, and they moved to Little Rock, and it went all over the United States. So they became the American Taekwondo Association. That's where the ATA came from. And as the ATA has grown, it's gone to South America, where they then started the STF, which is the Songam Taekwondo Federation. It's gone to Canada and Europe, where it's become the WTTU, or the World Traditional Taekwondo Federation, or World Traditional Taekwondo Union. And, it's gone in Asia and Australia. It's just all over the place. And we wanted, or the ATA wanted to bring this whole family together. Instead of having all these individual organizations that all did Songam Taekwondo together, and everything was the same, but they had these different names, and they just wanted to bring the family together. And that's where we are now, the unified ATA worldwide. And then people ask, well, what's the ATA stand for? Excuse me, my nose itches. Our motto now with ATA is always take action. And I kind of relate this idea of ATA to BP. When you go to a BP gas station, or you go watch ESPN, no one knows what ESPN means. No one cares what ESPN means. There's a history to what it means, but ESPN is now just ESPN. BP is just BP. You just get your gas at BP. The ATA is going to be that same kind of thing. The ATA is its own brand. We're ATA worldwide. And then our motto is always take action. And when you come to something like this World Championships and World Expo, you can really see the need for this unification of our organization, because I was just downstairs on the tournament floor, and we've got people from countries all over the world, Portugal and Brazil, and our team sparring group tonight has to go against Uruguay, and there's just so many people from all over the world, and we're just stronger and just I think a better organization if we all come unified under the same name. So we're all ATA. We're ATA worldwide, and the ATA brand is going to be ATA. What is it? It's ATA martial arts. And our motto is always take action. So that's kind of where that comes from. There's one of those YouTube videos talks about these three. It's red on the outside and then white and then blue. It's 3 layers representing the 3 organizations that were the beginnings of the ATA, or beginnings of this patch, this ATA worldwide. And a lot of times when things change, people are like, oh, I don't like things changing. But if we didn't like things changing, we would still be the Midwest Karate Federation. Our patches would say MKF on them instead of ATA. So things are always changing and things are always improving. And I think it's really cool. I think it's a pretty awesome thing for the organization to be all one big ATA family, ATA worldwide. So I'm excited. I've got just a couple of these patches so far, but in the next couple of weeks and couple of months, we'll be getting more of them to put on your guys' uniforms as well. And everybody will have one of those to go on. Actually, I should put it on my right side, their uniforms. So that was just the start of the World Conference. They introduced that. They talked about that. They talked about the ATA Tigers program, which I'll get to in a couple of minutes. After that introduction, this year we're celebrating the 45th year of the ATA of Songarm Taekwondo, so it's kind of a big event. From there, I went and did some individual classes. So as a black belt, an instructor going through the World Conference, you can pick physical skills training, you can pick instruction training, and you can pick business training, and there's different classes. So there's Wednesday, I took, what was my first? Oh, sparring for white, orange, and yellow belts from Chief Master M.K. Lee. And this was a great class, and I'm really excited to come back to the school and start working with our white, orange, and yellow belts on more sparring skills. And you leadership students, I want to start teaching some of this to you guys so you can help us out in class, especially those of you guys who are in the instructor training program. And we're going to want to look at having our white, orange, yellow belts get more of their safety gear. One of the things Chief Master MK talked about was safety gear, and I understand that it's expensive. I totally get that. But it's got so many benefits to it. We have so many students, across the ATA, but I see it at my own school. When they punch like this because when they punch a bag, it hurts their knuckles. So we're teaching them a bad habit because they don't have the safety gear. If they put a pad on their hand, they're much more likely to punch it properly. We're teaching people bad habits because they're not having the safety gear. We're also helping students not develop good sparring skills when they start because they're afraid of getting hit and their confidence is really small. And when we start with the form, or when we start your sparring, if we start you right off with sparring other people, it just, you're like, I am just getting hit. And so there's some skills with our white, orange, yellow belts that we want to start doing that will really help teach them to do a better job. And I think we'll make all of our students better spars, which I'm really excited about. I just, building that confidence. I know for a lot of kids like me, when I started martial arts, sparring was the scariest part, and I was not really excited about it. And I remember sparring the first time, I got the wind knocked out of me. It was just not really easy. And so if we can teach kids to spar in a smarter way and start them earlier, learning the basics when they're not going against a partner, it's going to make them more confident to learn the moves. So that was the first class I took. If you have any questions during this whole thing, fill out the thing underneath me, wherever it is, down here somewhere, and let me know. After that, I took a class on the ATA has a new website for school owners called My ATA Today. And I took this class because I was asked to. I was lucky enough to be approached by the ATA a couple of, about the beginning of the year or so, and asked to help with this. And I actually am doing some writing for the site and doing some videos and audio stuff for the site. So I was really excited about that. It's a cool new thing. It doesn't have anything to do with what you guys need to pay attention to because it's for school owners. Some of you in the instructor training program will see some of the videos from this just because I'll show them to you in the instructor training class, but that's not really a big deal for you guys. After that, I went and did a seminar with one of my favorite guys, ATA's, he's on the Masters Council. He's Chief Master Caruso from Pittsburgh, and he had a seminar creating a culture of quality in your school. And it was a great seminar talking about quality. We talked about excellence at our school a lot, and so there were a lot of things that overlapped. But I got some great ideas on just working on improving the service that we provide to you guys, our students and parents and things. So that was really great. And then right after that, I took another one from Chief Master Crusoe about retaining black belts and improving the black belt curriculum and helping black belts stay excited about their training and active and things. And that also was a really great seminar. At the end of Wednesday was one of my absolute favorite events that goes on every single year at World Championships is the traditional Masters ceremony. For those of you who don't know, the Masters ceremony is when you become a 6th degree black belt, you are then what is considered excuse me, sorry, people are sending me stuff on the phone while I'm doing this, and I want to make sure I don't miss any of your guys' questions as I'm on also. When you become a 6th degree, you are then what's called a master's candidate. You are eligible to train for the title of mastership. Once the Master's Council and you decides and you meet the requirements, you then become a Master's nominee. And a Master's nominee goes through a year-long process of physical training, mental training, fasting, all kinds of things that they are doing. And at the end of the year, in July at the World Championships, if you complete all that, you are inducted as a master instructor. They do the same when you're a 7th degree for senior master instructor, and then 8th degree for chief master instructor. My instructor's instructor, who was senior master Sandoval, was inducted this year as chief master. And this year they did something really neat. Here in Little Rock, there is what's called the H.U. Lee Gate and Garden, and this was built in honor of Eternal Grandmaster H.U. Lee, and it's right here next to the Convention Center. It's an amazing garden, and it's got a traditional Korean gate in it, and it's really cool. Well, this year they held the traditional master ceremony right there at the gate and garden. They shut down the street. We got to watch it on screens because it's kind of a small area, and the masters went through their ceremony there. And there's 9 steps to the ceremony. I won't go through all of them right now. But since the very first time I came to World Championships, that has been one of my absolute favorite parts. I just find it to be a really neat event. All the history and tradition in it, and just such a cool thing. So we went and watched that, and it was really neat. It was a new way they did it before than they've ever done it before. They've never done it there at the gate live where all of us could see it. One second, I want to make sure I get somebody on this live. So it was really cool. And I got to see my instructor's instructor become a chief master, which again is super cool. Copy the link. Hopefully that does it for you, Lucas. Maybe you'll get to see me, hopefully. So that was Wednesday night, which is interesting because Thursday morning then was my testing. And as you know, I'm a 5th degree black belt. I'm testing for the rank of 6th degree black belt. And my goal is to go through that process and be in the master's ceremony next year at the 2015 World Championships. So Thursday morning was my testing. I was nervous, but I felt well prepared. I got to test with a lot of my friends that I've been in, Taekwondo with for years and years. My form, I felt, well, one of the things, what they've done in the past is we will take our fitness test first, and then we'll do our form, and then we'll spar, and then we'll do our board breaks. There were over 450 people testing this time, 450 or 550. It was the biggest testing they've ever had. They had 8 different sections where they had judges in front of those sections. So there were 8 different areas that students were testing. Mr. Murray was back at table 2, and I was all the way up at table 7. And each of our tables had, probably 20 judges, 6th degrees, 7th degrees, and 8th degree black belts were judging us. And Grandmaster was judging the 8th table, which had the masters testing there. So we test just like you guys do. I mean, we have to do our form. We have to spar to break boards. We have the same scoring system that they use for just our black belts at our school. Same thing. So I was expecting, I've been training for the last month or so specifically to do my my fit test first, and then my form, spar, and break boards. And that's how we did it at Nationals. Well, I woke up Thursday, we got ready, we got our testers meeting, and they said, hey, we're doing it different today. We're going to do your fit test at the end of your testing, because they wanted to see us really go all out in our fit test instead of save some in our tank for our forms and stuff. So that was cool. I did my form, and everyone says it was good, that they were pleased with it. Not the judges, because they don't tell you what they think. But there was a section in the middle that something didn't feel right. And I think it was just a mental thing. I think the form actually turned out well. But mentally, there was something in my head that made me think I did not well. But everything I got, people said that it was good. Sparring prep felt pretty good. I thought it was one of my better performances for judges at a national event or a world event. I sparred twice, and I thought it went well, so I'm hoping for a decent score there. On my board breaks, and I'll post the video sometime, Mr. Murray took a good video. Knife hand strike went great. I went all the way through the board, tagged the board holder. Ridge hand, same thing, tag the board holder. Step spin heel kick, tag the board holder. Go to do my jump front kick, didn't break it. That's not a board break that I've ever been worried about. I was mad. I was like, what? I reset it. I broke it second attempt. So that means I've got only 1 point I got from from board breaking. I have to have a total of 8 points. So it's up to 5 points for forms, up to 3 points for sparring, and up to 2 points for board breaks. So I really don't know. I am currently expecting that I will have to retest, that I won't pass, that I'll get what's called a no change. But I could still pass. There is a possibility that I'll still pass. So we'll see. I'll get those results in a month or so. I actually have the opportunity to retest if I need to at the Leadership Pro Tech Camp coming up in the end of August in Washington, D.C., and I'm going to that already. So if I have to retest, I will do it there. This just shows you that no changes happen all the time. We don't see them very much with our color belt students. We've seen them with our black belts, and not recently with our black belts. Most of our black belts in the last year or so have done a really good job, and we've been fortunate not to have many no changes. But they happen. I got one when I tested for 3rd degree, and I got one when I tested for 4th degree. As much as you train, as hard as you work, sometimes things just don't turn out for you, and that happens. So I don't know. The waiting game starts now. Mr. Murray tested for 4th degree. He's my 2nd student ever to test for 4th degree, and he did well. I didn't get to see him because I was in a different pod, but from what I heard, he did a good job. He broke his board first try, which gets him 2 points there. He only has to have a 7. I'm pretty confident that he should probably pass. I think he was prepared enough and has his material well enough that he should pass. So hopefully we'll all know in a month or so what kind of scores we got for that, and we'll know if I got my 6th degree or not. If I didn't get my 6th degree, I'll retest, at Protect Camp, pass there, and then I will hopefully still be able to continue the mastership training this year. That would be my goal. My goal for the last 10, 15 years has been to be a master by the age of 35. I'm currently 32. I have a little bit of leeway, but I'd really like to get it done in 2015. That's really my goal. There's some great people in our region going through hopefully this year as well. Just a lot of guys that I really like, people that I really like that I'd like to go through the mastership training with this year. So I think that'd be awesome. That was Thursday morning. Right after that, I went to the ATA Tigers. I didn't even change anything. I'm sweaty. I'm in my uniform. Went right from that to a class about the ATA Tigers program. The ATA Tigers program is super awesome. And I'm not going to go into all of it today because we're going to sit down and we'll have a kind of a kickoff with the ATA Tigers with our current Tigers and talk to them about it and how we're going to transition and things. But it's super cool. It is a program just for ATA. Here is the graphics. It is awesome. Each of these animals are one of the belt ranks. So this is Ara. Well, let me go in here and tell you about them. Each animal, there's a new uniform for our ATA Tigers, which is super awesome. It's got that logo I showed you on the back of it. It's got a round Velcro spot for your animal patches now. Very cool new belts that are on the animals. There's a t-shirt for each of the characters. There's a book for each of the characters and stuffed animals and headbands. And they're all really awesome. And each of the characters have their own personality. They're not just a picture. They're actually characters. And they were drawn by Disney animators. Really well thought out. The books are done by award-winning authors, and they talk about the life skills and things that we talk about. So the first one for the white belt is Ara. Ara's a turtle. It means of the sea. He's shy, sweet, and innocent. That's what he kind of his character. Bayo is the orange belt one. He is means flying tiger. He's fun, outgoing, and a good friend to have. Cheery is the yellow belt, and he's a cheetah. He's smart, strict, and very hard on herself. That's a girl. Cheery's a girl. Rayon is the lion, and Rayon means active. Cheery means to defend. He's a lion. He's athletic, strong, and competitive. Suri is an eagle, or means eagle, and he is self-conscious about his size because he's not very big. Works very hard and wants to please. I don't know how to say this one. Choa, maybe? I can't remember how it's said. Means light of the world. She's a phoenix. She's pretty, outgoing, strong, stronger than she gives herself credit for. Mir means dragon. He's intelligent, a little nerdy, and loyal. That's me. I'm going to claim Mir as my ATA Tiger character. Narsha means flying high, and she is a cobra. She's strong-willed, self-confident, and determined. And then Baron is the panther, and he means right. His name means right. He's a born leader, physically and mentally fit, might lean towards too serious sometimes. So there is some really cool stuff here with the ATA Tigers program. You can see possibly, you're not going to be able to see it very well, but the uniform and the backpack are super awesome. These patches for each of the animals go right on the uniform. T-shirts, books, plush animals, headbands. These great new victory cards to put the stars on instead of the patch, which is really great because we all know that those stars fall off the patches all the time, and we lose them, and they're in the washer and stuff. So this is really awesome. That's going to be coming to our school very soon. That was some of the ATA Tiger information that I'll be bringing back to you guys. We'll be talking to you who help in the Tiger program. Some of you leadership students I know help in the Tiger program, and then those of you who are in the Tiger program, or if you're not a Tiger, maybe a parent watching, or a future Tiger. Pretty awesome. Really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. So that was Thursday. After that, I went out to eat with Mr. Murray and his dad to one of our favorite restaurants when we come here called the Flying Fish. We always get the pound of shrimp. If you know the Simontons, they're jealous. My parents are jealous because it is the best place we love to go when we're here in Little Rock. A lot of people took what's called ProTech seminars too, which are weapons certifications. I didn't do that this year because I'm going to ProTech camp. That was when, and then Wednesday night we went to the school owners reception, and at that they gave out some great awards. The Tri-ATA van, they narrowed that down so some people could, they've got 9 people who tomorrow morning will get the chance to possibly win that van. I was not one of those people, but oh well. What else? Oh, they gave an award, International Ambassador Award, to a gentleman who's a senior master or chief master in the ATA, and he works at the Pentagon and has been in the military for forever. Right now I can't remember his rank in the military because it's been a very long week and I barely know what day it is. But that was really exciting. Chief Master Von Schmeling got inducted into the ATA Hall of Fame. We're supposed to get these cool medals, those of us that were there who were 4 degrees and above, to go on our dress blues, and they were out of them, so I didn't get mine yet. But it's been a lot of fun. And then today, I woke up and we had Tournament of Champion competition. So for those of you in the leadership program, you can get into the Tournament of Champions if you're a black belt. You go to tournaments and you compete in your divisions and you collect points as you compete, and you get into the top 10 for world championships. The people in the top 10 then get to come here to the world championships to compete in the Tournament of Champions. You can also get into the Tournament of Champions if you win district champion. So this year I was not in the top 10 for forms like I was last year, but I went to district championships because I was in the state champion standings. I won district champion, and that got me to be able to be eligible for the Tournament of Champions in forms. So I competed in that. I did not place, but I was okay with that. There were some fantastic guys in our ring. So I did that this morning. You as leadership students, you should really look into making sure that you're setting goals to compete at tournaments to either become a state champion or a district champion. That's as high as a colored belt leadership student can go. District champion or state champion, or a world champion if you're a black belt. We actually have a world champion at our school. Mr. Simonton is a world champion in forms. I would love to see some more world champions coming out of our school. We're getting there. We had some great district champions. This year we had some great state champions. Let's set that goal as leadership students to up that to go maybe for world champion if you're a black belt. We'd love to see that. And World Championships is a great event to come to. So that was this morning. I went in that competition, and Mr. Murray also was ranked in the top 10 for World Championship, Tournament of Champions in combat stick sparring. I got to watch his match. It was a close match. He did a nice job. He didn't go on and place in his competition today either, but he did really well. It was a good match. So, and it's tough. You come to these things and you're in a ring at 16, 20 people, and one person walks away as the world champ. Everybody else walks away not world champ. So it's tough. But it was a good event. They're actually still doing it downstairs right now. I just got away. I was watching some of our friends from the ATA Elite in Auburn and Noblesville. I was watching some of our friends from the Coventry Taekwondo School and all over. So I was checking a lot of those guys out today as well. Tonight, there are 2 more events that I'm going to. As soon as I get done with this hangout with you guys, I'm going to go to watch some of the team sparring competition. First year for these brackets that they're doing for team sparring. We've got friends from our region that are competing. The Midwest America region is competing, our district, I should say, is competing tonight against Uruguay. I don't know how to say it. That makes me bad. But competing against them, and then if they win that match, they'll go against the team from California, or no, excuse me, we'll go against the team from Miami, which is last year's, what were they? Last year's Team USA. So they're going to go against them. That's tonight. I want to check out some of that. I probably won't be able to watch all of that because at 7:30 time here, I'm going to the Masters inductee dinner. This is the first year they've ever had it. I don't know what to expect. I'm sure next week I'll tell you all about it and how it went. I'm expecting some cool things, though. It should be really neat. So I'm going to go check that out as well. And then tomorrow morning is Saturday. Saturday starts the regular competition. In the morning, there's opening ceremonies. So I'm going to go and check out opening ceremonies, which they'll usually give out some awards. There's some cool stuff going on. It's going to be the finals of the team sparring. So we'll get to see who wins team sparring. What else is going on that day? Oh, team synchronized and team demo will have their finales as well. So it's going to be a big event for the opening ceremonies tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. And then they will have the competition for juniors and some adults competing tomorrow for the regular tournament. That's the first tournament of the brand new tournament season. And then Sunday they have that as well, regular competition. They're having some exhibition Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and double combat barmangi. Hopefully I'll get to watch some of that. But I don't know. I have to fly out of here Sunday evening to get back to teach you guys on Monday. It is a packed time at the World Championships and Expo, but I will tell you, coming for many, many, many years, it is one of my favorite things to do every year. I get to see my friends. It's a giant family reunion. You get to see this organization, you know, the ATA worldwide. You get to see people from all over the world. I, you know, have been around. I've been in the ATA now for 20 years, and I've seen it come from this. You know, it's a big organization, but it wasn't the big organization it is today. How professional they are. How it is the world's best martial arts organization. It is top notch, world class, and World Championships is the event I come to every year that inspires me to keep working harder and come back and try to do a better job with you guys. And it makes me want, you know, as you guys as leadership students, especially those of you who are leadership students, you know, to really help you guys learn to lead. You know, the ATA is one of the main reasons I'm the person that I am today. And, you know, to pass it on to you guys and to get more people involved. You know, we've got our school, and if we could reach out to more people, get more people involved so they could see just the great benefits that we have with the organization through the training. You know, I've seen it change so many lives. Come to this event, so many things. That is just an awesome thing. So if you have any questions, you got to get them in quick because I'm going to have to hang up soon. Let me check because I've got to I've got to get off to team sparring. I got to get in a sweet, nice uniform. Or not uniform. I can't wear a uniform tonight. Suit, I should say, and be off and roll. But it doesn't look like I'm not seeing any questions. Okay. Well, I hope you guys are training hard. Ooh, I hope they didn't go in my spam box. That would be bad. Let me look real quick. I hope you guys, I'm going to move the camera so you're going to see a weird view of me here. The side view. You guys better make sure you're training hard at the school. Check out Nerf Night tomorrow night. Setting some good goals. You guys need to make sure you're setting some awesome goals. This month we're talking about goals. It's the beginning of the tournament season. You know, the tournament season officially starts tomorrow. Make sure you're setting those goals. And, you know, maybe you got the goal of being a state champ. You know, if you're not in the leadership program and you're interested in being a state champ, let me know. You know, we want to get you hooked up so you can compete right away in that. Nope, I don't see any questions in there unless they went to a weird spam box. I don't think so. Okay, I apologize if I missed your question, if you had one, but I don't see it on here. So I am going to have to sign out. I've got a lot of stuff going on tonight as well. So thank you for tuning in. If you were able to tune in live, if you weren't, hopefully you still got some knowledge out of this or get to learn a little bit about hanging out with us at World Championships. And maybe you set a goal to attend next year and get to watch the Masters ceremony with hopefully me going through it. That's my goal. What's yours?